What an exciting Sunday morning here in Melbourne. Excuse the singlet, but it is 39 degrees Celsius here today, so it is quite warm. Been waiting for this to come from the States. It's a modification for my Savage 12. It's a little bearing that will allow the bolt to slide nicer, apparently. I've done a little bit of research and I thought, yep, I'd love to try that on my rifle. So let's get to it and put it all together. Now, the job of this bearing is to make dropping the bolt down smoother and lighter. Now, to see what difference it makes, we're going to measure the pull on dropping the bolt down of before and after. We've got about 1.4 pounds there. Now let's do the modification. Our first job is to pull apart the bolt handle. Now, very important with these Savages, the way I know to put it back together is when the handle's dropped, I can see the word Savage through the action. So basically, the little kit, all it is a couple of washers and a bearing and a spacer for the back of the bolt. Okay, so first job is to drop the first washer in. Now, I'll just have a look to see. Okay, so there's a groove on one side and no groove on the other. So the groove will be the bearing side. Just make sure we get that in the right way. Yep. Perfect. Not sure if you can see it there. And drop the bearing in. And then the top washer with the groove down, so flat side up. Okay, so now we'll just slide this back on. There was no real need to pull this off, but this is quite simple. There's a little slot through here where the bearing goes in. I'll slide that down. Now, very important, work out how this is going to go. And as I said, when it comes down, you can see that word Savage when the bolt's down. Now, the important part is, before you screw the handle back on, we have to put this spacer. Now, that spacer accounts for the difference inside here of the bearing and the two washers. So we'll get this started. Now I like to get it down not too far, and then I'll try and push my pin back into place, which I'll just try and do on the side of my bench here off camera. There we have it. Now all I did was use the edge of my bench, which is a rolled edge, and I just pushed this back up across into here. It just makes it easier to do it before I tighten it all the way down. But it is important to start the thread first before you do that. I would tighten that up. Don't have to overkill it. And pull that down into place, and let's install it and see what we've done. Time to see what it did. Oh, it didn't go all the way down. 15 ounces. All right, let's try that again. So I'm just going to quickly pull the bolt apart again. Now I'm going to assemble it the same way, but the only difference is I want to try this zero friction oil. Now I'm only going to put like a tiniest of drop on there, and just to see if it changes anything. And back together again. Just check the tightness there once more. Yep, happy with that. Let's put it back in the gun. All right, let's try that again. .7 ounces. So it did help a tiny little bit, 2 ounces. I'll take it. Anyway, there you go. Nice little simple modification for the Savage 12. And yeah, I'm happy I did it now.